Good morning. My name is Kabani. It's my privilege and my honor to be at the Florida International University, where I graduated in the first batch, in the university. So I feel privileged and honored to meet Rocco Angelo. He's our Associate Dean of Florida International University Hospitality. Sir, how are you?
I'm excellent, thank you, Rocco.
It's so nice that
And welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. You were very surprised. You see yourself at our forum, to our 5th annual forum that we do every year.
Thank you, thank you for the meeting. As I said, I came here thinking I was just going to get a hot lunch and listen to an update, so this is quite a surprise.
Yes, I was definitely surprised. I could think of a lot other people who could have been honored, but
I know you for many years. This university has a history. Can you tell the audience how you have been associated and what is going on with this university, the hospitality program?
well, the university opened in 1972, and we were one of the first colleges at the university. And I lectured because I was with a firm called Laventhal Horwath and doing a lot of work in the Caribbean, and so I'd come through Miami. And when the school opened in 72, 73, I lectured here.
Okay.
And then the dean convinced me to join temporarily. I said I would come for one semester, and I did that in 74, and never left. So I've been here since 1974, and I remember we had a few students, and it was exciting to help create where we are now and what we are now.
You're talking about almost 50 years.
Almost 50 years, yes. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary of the opening of the university and the school.
Is that right? I read something that this is the 10th, one of the 10th best program in the.
Yes.
And you just mentioned to me while we were coming here that you have a branch in China, right? Is that?
Yes, we were invited by the Chinese government a few years before the Olympics there,
Oh, okay.
and to set up a school in English, and we have been there. We have initially the faculty that we were going to hire who worked at our sister university in China. The faculty is Chinese and from Miami.
Miami. Okay. This Chaplin family, the name I see here, the history on that.
Well, the Chaplins are the owners and creators of now called Southern Glazer Wine and Spirits. Initially it was Southern Wine and Spirits. And they have supported us since the very early days. We used to have a Sunday afternoon wine tasting on this campus. So it's a Sunday afternoon. It was created by one of our faculty who unfortunately has passed on. But when Southern saw what we were doing, they brought in a young man by the name of Lee Schrager.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, well, Lee created. You know, he looked at this and said, well, this didn't belong on the campus, it belonged somewhere else, and it could be something bigger.
Right.
And Lee created what is now the South Beach Wine and Food Festival.
Oh my God, okay, interesting. Just describe the main subject that you teach here.
Well, my experience was in food service and hotels. I worked for Lowe's Hotels years ago. I worked for them before they became Lowe's.
Oh, really? Interesting.
And when they did become Lowe's, I joined them, helped open their hotel in Puerto Rico, and worked on the opening of the hotel, the Americana in New York City. And then I worked for a couple of consulting firms, went back into operations, and then worked for Laventhal Horwath.
Yeah, me too.
Running the consulting division in New York.
Excellent, excellent. If you have to name a couple of people whom you mentored.
Phil Goldfarb, who's president of the Fontainebleau, is a former student. And there are many others.
Many others.
Yeah.
No, we see during your 90th birthday,
Yes.
we credited with people came and say good thing about you.
Personally, but both academically and then professionally for the last 15 years at Lowe's Miami Beach. I consider him a friend, an advisor, somebody that I can go to.
My dear friend, leader, mentor, great professor. You knew what to say to this kid at the age of 25. Thank you again.
I was so honored, you know,
Yeah.
it was my 90th birthday,
Uh-huh.
and thanks to Gene Prescott at the Biltmore
Billboard, yeah,
and our dean,
yeah.
Michael Chang, we had a fabulous party.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh,
Yeah.
it was just amazing.
Alumni came from California, from Texas, from Massachusetts, from a number of places.
Yeah. So I always believe the university is an intellectual hub to create
Yes.
the new talent to come to our industry. Our industry is in a cycle of providing service, hospitality service. Like creating hotels. Luxury, limited, select service, management, marketing, revenue management. Underwriting the hotels. There's a huge, and I think this is an intellectual hub where we create students there. What your experience back in 70s, 80s, 90s, and you see the students now, how do you describe your experience going forward now, creating into digital technology?
Yeah.
Things have completely changed. And you just gave us a tour, and both Isabel and I were surprised to see what has changed.
Yes.
Can you describe briefly to us?
You know, one of my early jobs was at the Commodore Hotel in New York City, 2,000-room hotel
Uh-huh.
in New York. And I worked as a room clerk and then was promoted to what was called the room desk,
Uh-huh.
where I assigned rooms when people came in. But there was no computer. It was all manual.
Uh-huh.
And I remember the back of the front desk area was almost like a ballroom. We had blackboards and where we wrote in chalk, and we would see month by month how we were, what reservations we had,
Yeah, okay.
and it was amazing that we could handle it that way. It was
Okay.
all manual.
All manual.
All manual.
Uh-huh.
And of course, none of that. And the front desk had all these little
The hobs, remember
hobs
those hobs?
to put the
For the
keys in and the mail, etc.
Yeah.
Now it's nothing like that,
Nothing.
of course.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time remembering how we handled that before. The night audit used to take all night.
All night.
You know,
Remember
all
that?
night long, and then maybe you didn't balance,
And
you had to stay
Same,
even
the morning.
longer,
Yes,
you know.
yes. Yeah.
So it was all so different.
So different. Now are you inspiring to see what is digital
Oh,
technology?
I think it's extraordinary.
Excellent.
I think it's absolutely extraordinary.
And how do you see the new students coming up? They are much brighter in a manner.
Well, yes, especially in technology. You know, they learn it so young.
Yeah. They're more educated than we think they are.
Yes. Oh,
And-
I agree.
And there's no need of bringing them and going. Remember, we used to go to the library and sitting there, and those days are like everything is so.
Everything is here.
Is so. Can you believe that? What do you think our industry after this COVID? Like we are 21 months past. We were shut down. Suddenly on with the whole U.S. Mostly the world.
Yeah.
And now many viruses keep coming, Delta, Omicron, and we don't know what else coming.
Well, everything I read, they claim that we're going to be living with this for quite a while. I mean, if everyone got vaccinated, we might still have to. We hear that people are getting Delta and Omicron who have been vaccinated. So I think we're going to have it around. It seems that we're going to have it around for a long. Vacations become working vacations for so
Okay.
many
All right.
who are in business and were working from home. So many people are used to now working in a different environment other than an office. And I don't think that's going to change. I think we're going to continue to have that.
The leisure market is really boomed,
Oh, because people were held up in their homes and apartments for so long, couldn't wait to get out.
So that's
Yeah, and again, the resorts are doing well.
Resorts are okay.
Because there's open space,
Right.
generally where either the country or the beach. Things happen outdoors, and so people feel safe in traveling and into a destination that is a resort hotel.
The customer was asking in 80s, 90s, 70s. Now after COVID, they have different. With digital technology, their needs are different. So we need to see some of your insight. How future hotel should look like, or future how the operation look like. Any biggest competition like Airbnb coming up to challenge us. I want to get your feedback on that.
It's here to stay, of course.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, and I think it is a threat to the hotel business. But many of the hotel companies have joined the battle. They have divisions that are competing with Airbnb.
Yeah.
So
it's going to stay.
One of my family is coming down to Miami this weekend, and he didn't think he could afford the hotel, and he went on to Airbnb and got an excellent rate and a very nice location.
Okay.
Near me. So
near you. Okay. So it's really changing, and I understand.
Yeah, it's an option. It's an option.
Right.
But what's going to happen when you get to the Airbnb, unless it's been recommended by someone that you know, but if it's your experience for the first time, because I've heard people say experience was great, and I've heard others say my experience was terrible with Airbnb.
Yeah.
And if you want room service, if you want the other services that are provided by full service hotels, and even the limited service hotels.
Absolutely.
It's not the same.
So what would you tell the hotel owners industry?
Advice to owners, we need all your support. And financial, yes, of course, but support with students.
If you don't pay attention to university, you cannot bring the young people in the industry without giving good credit to the university.
That's right.
And what I'm saying to you, one of the reasons that we recognize you, because we want to tell the hotel owners and the franchise and the thought leaders that without university, you have no place, because where you're going to teach the hospitality with the way you are just showing in the food and beverage. Do you agree with me that?
Yes, you can learn it on the job, but it's going to take you even longer.
In the longer.
If you don't have the grounding.
The grounding is important.
If you don't have the finance, courses in leadership, making you aware.
The last thing I wanted to ask you, what is your legacy?
When I first came here almost 50 years ago, I took ownership. I wanted to not just come and teach and go home. I wanted to be a part of the development of the school, the growth of it. There's nothing like having a passion for something to keep one going. And I love the school. I had many people help me through my early years, and I want to give back, as they say.
Excellent. You
do that for young
and
people.
You've been very active and everything, but it's just amazing that you are an example for all of us, saying that,
Thank you.
And I mean it, I mean it.
I didn't think I was going to live this long, to be honest.
God bless you.
But, I turned 90 September 1st, and I'm fortunate that I'm still wanted here at this school, and I'm even more fortunate that I could do it.
Marcus Malaysia's Kabani Hotel is very grateful. Dr. Rocco, Angelo, Dean, Silvio, whatever I call you, you are my good friend, and we're privileged to have you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
Just want to let you know that this university has a lot of history, and I am a firm believer if you have to develop intellectual capacity, a growth, we should look the young talent coming up nowadays, much more brighter with technology, digital technology, and brighter to operate and run. We should support that, and I will look forward to working with the Florida University Hospital Program, and looking forward to see you, sir, again in our 6th annual conference coming up.
Oh yes,
in October.
we'll be there.
Okay, thank you.